And how about the lucky break that the video still exists? We're 31 days out. Everybody knows that video is a finite compilation. Storage space is limited. And, you went to a place last night, a vape store that was just down the road from that gas station, and they said we would have happily handed over our security video, but it was past 7 days when they arrived. And they said we would have happily handed over our security video, but it was past 7 days when they arrived. And they said we would have happily handed over our security video, but it was past 7 days when they arrived. We didn't have any. It had all been taped over, or it was gone from the buffer. Those are frustrating questions I think the public has a right to ask, because we have been told all along that there is this, almost 100-person force that's descended onto this case, Brian. So it's distressing to think that 31 days, and just in the last few days, we're hearing that video is being collected. I would have assumed just about every point of reference in Moscow, would have been collected. On the off chance there'll be a tip about a car. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the direction. I'm going to ask our control room to put that map up again, because when you say that they're far between each other, if you started the crime scene down on the left-hand side of your screen on the bottom, it is really circuitous to get to that gas station and drive by and then end up way up at the liquor store. Could you tell me if there's like an I-95 escape route that would be quicker if you went that direction? Like, does that direction make any sense anywhere if you were to go by the liquor store first and then the gas station, or the gas station first and then the liquor store?
Not really. And I'm looking at the map, and what's interesting is in between all of these locations is the University of Idaho. So the campus is in the middle. And what I've been trying to figure out, you mentioned the vape shop. We went to the vape shop yesterday, which is near the gas station where the video was taken, over on the right side of your screen. They say the police came to their establishment 9 days after the murders. Say the police came to their establishment 9 days after the murders looking for video, and they didn't have it anymore because their systems delete video after a week. So that was 9 days after the murder. The liquor store says the police came within just this last week, which is interesting when you look at the timeline. Why were they interested in the area where the vape store is early on, and now they seem to be focusing, or at least looking for video in the area where the liquor store is, which is on the other side of town?
A month later. Yeah. Okay. I have to ask this last question because obviously, Brian, all of these questions are excellent questions for the police. And I know our viewers have been watching this story and they will know what today is. Today is Wednesday, exactly 4 weeks since they held their press conference last. And now we can't ask these questions or get public scrutiny on the work of the police. Do we have any idea when they might face reporters again?
Well, we expect to be able to talk to the police tomorrow, to the public information officer. And look, I sort of get it. I mean, when there's not a big update, what is the point of doing interviews when you're just going to sort of say the same thing and in a way just kind of frustrate people? So I think that today they chose to sort of have an off day, and then tomorrow, hopefully, maybe we'll get a little bit more information.
Pro law enforcement in this case, and I am very much pro law enforcement. I do think that they are doing a good job. But one of the things that I did read that was slightly frustrating to me is that there was CCTV. As we know, there's a clerk at one of the convenience stores who came forward and said they had perhaps the Hyundai on CCTV. However, that CCTV was recorded over after a week. It was recorded over after a week. It was recorded over after a week, and that the footage was asked for about 3 to 4 weeks later. And that the footage was asked for about 3 to 4 weeks later. And that the footage was asked for about 3 to 4 weeks later.